Mimi, good morning. It's having printer issues today. Trying to help my wife get all that sorted out. So planning the day out, fun times.
Carrot.trail. /11.
How are you this morning, Tamimi? No. For some reason, the printer keeps printing out blank pages. I don't know why. The ink looks fine. I can't even get it to print a test. So, I mean, obviously there's something wrong with the ink cartridges. But it's not even like attempting to print. Dude, I hate printers. I mean, honestly, I tried all the generic crap I know about printers. I restarted it. I pulled the cartridges out, put them back in, tried to print a test page. I mean, even the test page isn't printing. Still trying to catch up, and it's almost time for the bell to ring. Alrighty. Alrighty, here we go. 7 seconds. Good luck, everybody. Sorry for all the G-chat messages. Still trying to figure out what to do with the printer thing. That dang bell is so loud, right? I just realized that I have my desktop audio on here. Let me get rid of that. Now you won't be able to hear the bell. That was my fault. I didn't realize I had that on. That was my bad. I'm seeing if I had it on there. Bounce right off. Red to green. Oh my god. He's like sending each page individually to try to print it downstairs. Got through. What's a SPY at? Basically right at 416. Wow, look at this thing. and went right off the top of my 5-minute chart. Ah, look at this push. Why could I never get those kind of breakdowns like that quick when I was in those damn things? It would always like kind of go sideways for a little bit. Jeez, it's gonna give the entire move back. Look at that. Wow, good thing I didn't jump in. I was waiting. What the heck is this? Market, man. You think you were off to the races, and then all of a sudden we're all the way back at the lows. What the? Wow. Not what I was expecting there, for sure. There's one. If we go right back to the highs, I'm gonna be like, holy crap. Oh, or I should go, holy crap. This is insane. Pretty insane move. I saw A firm all the way back up to the highs again. Just insane move. Every part of my well-being would want to be short if we can make a new high here. Yeah, I mean, looking at the 5-minute even, so still bullish, still a crazy looking move, but yeah, I mean, on the 15-minute, it's all, we're still within the first 15 minutes, so. Of course, it's gonna be right as the candle clicks over here. Now we're at least waiting another minute to see what this candle does. Ideally, don't want this to come down too far, because we want to be able to short underneath that candle without too far of a stop. We want to see it try higher. That's the idea. Then if it fails, probably get a decent little pullback. There we go. That couldn't have played out any better. Honestly, I wouldn't be too opposed to jumping in this long on the break here. But we've seen countless times the couple tick fake out over and over again. I think what I really, really, really like about the way that I'm trading this now as well is the scalability is easy, super easy. I mean, we're playing with one contract, so if this starts to work, and we can become consistent with it, and the scalability of it is super easy. Yeah. Feels like we could definitely get a push higher. The problem is, do we do the little fake out like this? Ooh, we would have got filled. Yeah, we would have got filled. Because a lot of times you'll see it. It'll fake out. It'll come back down into the range and then work its way up, right? It's not that initial push that we're looking for. Look how far those bands are at this point. So obviously we would like long trades here, but we obviously still need them to set up. It does seem like we're trying to push higher, which is just absolutely insane. And we're still trying to go higher. I really don't have a trade right in this general area. Unless a long somehow sets up. These candles are a little too big. Has GDT been streaming? Let's see, he's here today. I don't know if he's streaming. No, he's not. It already feels like the volume's kind of slowed down. It almost feels like we might be going a little sideways here. towards the middle line, kind of going sideways here. Just gonna wait, see if we can push away one way or another. Maybe look for a change of direction back towards green to red, or if we can push higher and start to push away from green to red. It's a breakout on the hourly chart. Pretty nice looking, actually. Just based off where we were on Friday. Bounced off of there a few times, broke through there. Now we're trying to head a little bit higher. Scroll out, let's reload this. Here. These for a second. You can see we're coming back up to these levels that we bounced a bunch. If we can get up through 16.2, we'd be off to the races up to all-time highs. It's be insane. Dip buy on breakout level would be nice. Yeah, it's, I mean, like right there even, maybe, but I didn't really like, we're just going sideways. To me, that's not really a dip buy. Sideways isn't a dip to me. We're gonna try the highs, it looks like. There's that couple ticks through and back down. See if it can continue. There it goes. It did continue. It did come back down first, though. A lot of volume on that candle too. Most we've had in about the last 10 minutes here. Unfortunately, we don't know if that was on the push up or that little bit of selling back down. Let's see how this candle plays out. Not a lot of volume to get back up to the highs here. Watching the volume bar as we test the highs here. There's the volume's kicking in at the highs, and we're not really going too far. So to me, that's kind of showing that the sellers are there. We could hang out here for about a minute. I could have an entry here if we don't push too much higher, which the sellers don't seem to want to let us push too much higher. Yeah, I wanted it to hang out so we could have got in underneath that candle, but unfortunately it didn't hang out. Now we're running into previous resistance. See if we use it as support. are trying to bounce off of that previous resistance. Pretty big topping tail there. Could be a sign that the sellers are still in control, at least for right now. All the volume on these candles came in when we were at the highs, and we weren't really moving too much higher, which would show that there's a lot of selling going on there. Still a pretty impressive breakout on the 5-minute as well as the 1 hour. Just hanging out towards this middle line though, so don't really have a play myself currently. Just kind of watching, seeing if anything sets up. Baba had a pretty big gap down. Man, I would love that down near 60. Deflation hits worse than 3 years. Apparently that's what is causing the China stocks to go down. Yeah, I'm being a little selfish on Baba, but if that gets down towards 60, might have to jump into that. We did get in Oxy, by the way. So far, that looked like a pretty good buy. We ended up with the 47.50 leap option. I was trying to get filled for a 50 leap option, but then the 47.50s started to, the price of those started to come down quite a bit. And I just put a order out there and actually ended up getting filled. We actually saved, we paid a little bit more in premium, but if we hold it for the length, we actually ended up saving some money. So pay a little bit more up front, but make a little bit more on the back end type deal. But if that ends up doing what I think it's going to end up doing after the election, I think we won't really care. I think it's going to work out regardless of what we did. All right, trying the highs again here. Volume's still heading down, so the fact that we're trying the highs here on pretty low volume would make me believe this isn't going to be a pretty big breakout unless the volume comes in. What's up, Steve? I'm not ignoring Discord. I've had a very busy morning, and I'm trying to collect my thoughts as well as trade, so I got a lot going on today. My first trade was indeed a long. I got long, risking the bottom of this candle on the way back up. It worked. And then this one was a short, risking the top of this candle on the break of this candle. What's up, Alpine? I mean, this is strong so far, but sellers are in control right now. You can tell by the way, like, we just broke highs again, and that was the biggest volume we've had in the last 5 minutes here. And look, we only broke it by how much? So the seller, there's tons of sellers right now. It's just a matter of if they can take control or not. You guys can see the volume bars down at the bottom. Every time we've broken a high, the volume has went up and we barely went higher. That's a good sign that there's a ton of sellers, but if they finally get rid of all those sellers, there's nothing to stop it from going higher. But as of right now, there's a ton of sellers. Isn't that the middle line? The middle line is here, yes. Yeah, right at the bell, I was just going based off of that initial volatility to the upside. Then we had that huge pullback. So when we came back down and started to bounce off of green to red, the candle was right there and I wasn't risking too much. So just took that looking for the quick pop up and we got it. So that was just a pure price action play. This one, we came back up, tested the highs, failed, formed a nice small candle here. So just look for the break of that for the push back down. Got it. And that was that. I mean, it was like in the middle of the two bands, but well, I'm not going to be trading now. That the open's a little bit different because the bands don't really, they're not where they're supposed to be at that point in time. If anything, I mean, it still did make it to the bands up here, which is crazy, but there was no setup for me. Let me check for you, Alpine. I think there was a bunch of news this week. No, I don't see anything today until 1 o'clock. It says the 10-year bond auction is at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Looks like tomorrow is a big day, pre-market. 8:30, there's core CPI, yeah, just a bunch of CPI numbers tomorrow morning at 8:30. But I don't see anything for today at 10. But I obviously, yeah, I was gonna say, sometimes my news thing that I check doesn't always show correctly. So I was gonna say, take that for what it's worth. Missed your target by a tick. Seems like a daily thing. That's by I mean, should be fine if you're short. I don't know where your take profit is, but it's coming back down, looks like. A lot of volume on this candle here on the shot down, which is a good sign. Not cowboy trading, Steve. Just taking higher probability trades. Get off me. There you go, Alpine. Any vessel traded together. Nice. It's working. You can come down and we broke through that previous resistance level, which I think was your biggest hurdle, right? We had a bunch of resistance here that could have been support. It was trying to use it as support, but failed, although it looks like they might be trying to sweep it. This is my... What is... Kind of looks like we're in a little zone here. $24 was your target. What did that get to? 25, of course. Again, though, not a lot of volume on this bigger bar up. Starting to bring in the volume a little bit here. Looks like it wants to go up and try the highs again. It's a story it's telling. Thankfully, you got out of the PA. Zushan, what's going on? How are you? Don't forget to hit that like button on the way in. I appreciate the support, guys. you have any questions, comments, concerns, all that good stuff, feel free to type it in chat. Let me know how your weekend was. Did you do anything fun? Anybody doing the Christmas stuff yet? All of ours starts this upcoming weekend, like all the family stuff. We're one of those families that has like 5 separate Christmas parties because like all of my parents' parents are divorced, my parents are divorced, and then my parents' parents are divorced. So we end up going back and forth a lot. There was a test of the highs. Again, not a lot of volume on the push through, which is correlating into a very weak breakout. Looks like could have been clearing out maybe some stop losses there from the shorts coming up. One last little test. Come back down into this area, see what it does. I'm hoping Apex does a 90% off sale for Christmas. It'd be pretty silly, in my opinion, if they didn't, right? I mean, if you're going to have sales for like Veterans Day and all these other interesting holidays, to not have one for Christmas, I mean, that'd be interesting. My guess would be they're going to do it. What week or what Monday? Oh, Christmas is on a Monday. So they might actually do it next week through the end of the year, or they might do it like midweek. Or so the payouts start what, the 20th? I'm trying to remember. They always started on like a weird day. It was like always like a Tuesday or Wednesday, I think. So they'll probably start it on maybe like the 20th and then run it through the end of the year, like end it on the 1st kind of thing. That'd be my guess. That would be my guess. Was a lot of volume at the end of that candle, and it finished towards the top, so that's maybe a sign we try higher. But as of right now, it's saying nope. So I try to watch the volume as much as I can. I mean, again, that was half the volume on that red candle down, which is usually a sign that that's not the way that the volume wants the price to be going. You gotta really pay attention to it. I mean, you could always put those like volume by price kind of things on the chart, and it'll tell you the same thing. It'll kind of show you where all the volume's hitting, but I don't like looking at that. I'd rather just kind of watch where the volume is currently coming in, because all those indicators, they calculate all this previous volume. So if a lot of volume came in on like this candle back here, like it's still putting that into perspective or into the indicator, and I don't like that. I'd rather see it happening in real time. So pretty much all the volume on that candle came in as we touched this previous resistance area. Span this out. Oops. This definitely seems to be the key area. So far we swept, but usually if the sweep doesn't send us off to the races, that's usually there's an issue there. But if we use this as support again, I could still see it maybe trying higher. But this is starting to look a lot less like a trend, right? A trend, we would have already been like up here somewhere. But now this is starting to look sideways. Could even start, people are going to be like, oh, possible head and shoulders. Everyone's going to start assuming things now. But it always comes back to the volume. Where is the volume? Those white screens, man. Sometimes my the dark reader plugin doesn't kick in right away, so it blinds me with that white screen. I'm actually going to be putting out a couple videos about Apex, hopefully today. I was going to do them over the weekend, but we were away on vacation, and then I got back Sunday, watched the football game. What a crazy game with the Ravens, man. It scared me for a little bit. It felt like it was set up for us to lose. Rams kind of needed the win just to keep their hopes alive, and the Ravens didn't really need to win. And if the Ravens lost, it would have made everything a lot more interesting. So I kind of went into that game assuming we were going to lose, and then just the whole game, like between the referees, the way that the Ravens were playing, I really thought we were going to lose that game. But all right, here we go, testing the highs. Again, not a big push through. Decent amount of volume as we push through, though. Not as much as previous pushes, or, you know, not even necessarily pushes, but bouncing off the support. Like, we got more there than we did on that push up through. See if we can try to continue higher. It's just really struggling to make new highs. And the volume is starting to slow down quite a bit. I don't have a trade here. I mean, it's just not pushed. We're not extended at all. To me, this is just grind. I mean, it's the same type of trade I took over here if I wanted to get short here, but I'd be looking for way too much of a move down considering the overall move. Right now, it just feels like we're grinding. So again, more volume on both of those previous candles, but we didn't go that much higher. So to me, it shows the sellers are still kind of in control here, even though we're inching higher. And it doesn't necessarily mean that sellers as in short sellers. It just means that there could be big positions that are slowly selling out at all of these new highs, right? So it could be somebody unwinding a big position. Every time it breaks the highs, they're taking a little bit out. It could be a lot of things. So the market may want to push higher, but somebody clearly wants out, right? Or somebody clearly wants in to a short position. I mean, obviously we don't know that. But what we do know is that we're not breaking these highs and pushing away, right? So there's obviously a lot of selling going on. Whether it's somebody starting a position or somebody getting out of a position, that part we don't know. But obviously, again, there's a lot of selling. But that's creating essentially a grind. And to me, there's no edge in trading a grind. You think we're Zishan, you think we're on the verge of something like that? I don't think we're on the verge of something crazy like a margin call type situation like the movie, but I do think, I mean, I've been saying it for almost a month now that I think we're going to have a decent move down, but here we are. Back at the highs. Well, you're not going to catch me going long here. Especially after everything I just said. Basically everything I said is essentially bearish. Is that eventually the buyers will give up and then there's going to be a decent little sell-off. I think if I had to make a prediction here, just based off of what we're doing, if we can't break the highs and make an actual push to make all the shorts that are still stuck in here cover, we'll come down, at least retest this. And what it does, this is obviously proven to be the key area so far this morning. What it does here is going to determine the outcome. If we can get through and then come back down underneath the sweep, I definitely think we'll come down and test green or red. If we hit here and bounce, I think we'll just continue to do whatever the heck we're doing so far this morning. Now, if it can stay above this area here, I mean, you can clearly see this was used as resistance a bunch of times at this point. So if we start to push away and then this becomes the new support, I mean, we could just grind higher. And then whoever is selling If they're starting a short position, they're going to be hanging on, or if the seller who is getting out of a position gets out of their position, that could also make the stock go. Now, obviously, the only people that know that are the people that are actually doing it, as well as the market makers who see all that stuff. But to me, there's no edge here. I'm just watching. I'm a spectator at this point. Wait, when I asked you guys to hit the like button, it was at 3. You're telling me not a single one of you hit that like button? Wow, well, my feelings are hurt. Just kidding, they're not. I mean, well, maybe a little bit hurt. Well, somebody hit it. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. So nobody did anything fun over the weekend? Anybody got anything coming up next weekend? Bueller? You're welcome. What's up, Braga? You felt bad? You should be hitting that button when you come in anyway. Come on now. Show the love. Show the support. I don't know why my mom's door is open. Just inviting the dog downstairs. It's really trying to use these previous resistance areas as support. Volume has died way down. So it's almost like everyone's just waiting for the big money. All right, which way are you taking this? You lost your wallet. That's not good. What do you carry in your wallet? Do you carry like all the important stuff or just the generic? I try to not carry too much in my wallet so that way if I do lose it, I only have a couple things to do. I literally just have license, the main credit card that I use. I think that's it. Like as far as important stuff. Like I keep my HQL and all that, like the stuff I have to keep on me. Like I obviously keep that on me. I have to. I don't really know how you would go about replacing that, to be honest. I've never even thought about that. Like license, you obviously can go to the DMV. As far as your HQL and carry permit, I guess I'd have to go to the police station, figure that out. I've never thought about that. So moral of the story, just don't lose your wallet. All right, we are trying the highs here. Again, on very low volume. See if the seller is still there. Watch that volume bar as we go through the highs, if we go through the highs. It's going to tell the story. All right, there it is. Poke through. Decent little poke through. Hit some stop losses probably. But again, no volume. Not yet. All right, it's trying. Did just click over. Got this little piece of skin on my thumb. It is driving me insane. So again, running into sellers. There's definitely somebody either building a position or getting out of a position this morning. What it feels like. Every time we break highs, the volume kind of comes in at the highs, the volume that we do get, and we're not moving that much higher. Can I get NinjaTrader to go to the old contract? What do you mean the old contract? So on Quant trying to figure out how to use it. I don't know what you mean by that. Sorry. Business card, driver's license, personal card. Well, that's not too hard. That's not too bad then. That's generic. I don't know if I left it at the store or family house from last night. Oh, so you didn't like lose it in the wild. It's somewhere where you'll probably come across it at some point. The worst is when you lose it out and about. I used to wear these sweatpants where my wallet, they didn't have a back pocket, and it would just slide out of my side pocket all the time. I can't tell you how many times I found my wallet like in the side of my car, because as I would sit in my car, it would fall out and it would slide down next to the seat. It'd be so frustrating. Good morning, Alan. How are you? How was your weekend? Being consistent, it helps with my trading as well in a way. Good. I mean, honestly, that was one of the biggest compliments I would get when I was trading stocks, was just how disciplined I was. And I feel like these prop accounts really kind of threw me off for a bit. But I'm here to not do that anymore. I'm here to go back to my roots, to do what made me successful when I was trading stocks. And that's the thing. Stocks is where I want to be, but unfortunately, my financial situation isn't going to allow for it right now. So these props with futures, I'm going to tell you right now, trading futures is so much harder than trading stocks. But what I will tell you is that I feel there is edge here. I do feel that there is a way to trade futures profitably. It's just a matter of staying disciplined. And I'm moving forward. That's what we're going to try to do. We're going to see if we can stay disciplined and see what happens. Yep. And it's true. So if I'm helping you do that, then that's awesome, man. But eventually doing it yourself for so long, like you'll be able to realize it in the moment all by yourself. And it took me years to even figure that out with stocks. The prop account, man, it was like, oh, I can risk 2,500, but in reality, I'm only risking $17. Like that was such a bad mindset to have. But that was the mindset that I had when I was trading these. And it's just not how it should be. But over time, you do things enough and you realize it's not working. So you make a change. There's no other way around it. All right, my guess would be we're going to come down and retest this area. And what we do when we get here is going to determine probably the next half hour to an hour. I think there was a pretty obvious trade in the break here, but again, not the trade I'm looking for. That's the kind of trade I'd be looking for in stocks, though, where we keep trying to make highs, and then we come down, have that one last little push and fail. Then you look for that obvious support line / resistance line, which is right there. It breaks, and then you get that initial push down. The reason I don't like it for stocks or in futures is because a lot of times it is a sweep. And you get these where it'll test, and then it comes right. I mean, literally exactly what it just did. It happens a lot, especially when you have a very key area right underneath it. But I would assume if we stay above this area, I would have liked to see it actually test in the area a little bit more. But if it doesn't even get down to it and we start to go back up to the highs, the odds are I think we're going to start moving higher. Just because, I mean, we couldn't even come down and retest down into the area. It means it's just stronger than I would have assumed. And there was a decent amount of volume on that buy up there in terms of where the volume has been. More came in there on that drop, and we ended up at the top of the candle. So that's a sign that we don't want to go down just yet. Or It was just a lot of shorts that got caught in here with some size, and as it came down to their average, they just got out break even type deal. Could be that as well. It's so funny. It's like watching the 1 minute, you can get chopped out so easy. 5 minutes actually starting to look a little like we could be turning over as well. Unless we, like I said, unless we come up and make the highs, then all that goes out the window. Because as of right now, lower high, lower high, lower high. But if we break that, probably go right back to the highs. Then we'll see again. We'll see what kind of volume we get. Excuse me. Alright, trying to come lower again. Again, still got this area. We'll see what we do if we get there. Volume's still low. I mean, that could just be volume dying off throughout the morning as well. It is almost 10:30. 10:30, 11's when the volume starts to really die off. Just feel like the volume died off really quickly this morning. Obviously, we didn't have any news at 10. See, 10 was right here. Yeah, nothing. I don't see anything scheduled until later, round 1, which it doesn't even look like it's that important. I'd really like to get some more trades. I'm really aiming to get like 6, 7, 8 trades, but I mean, there's no setups today. We literally came up, got our 2 trades, and then just pretty much went sideways. Appreciate y'all stopping in this morning. Sorry that I haven't been able to show you more action, but hey, this is real trading if you ask me. Real trading sometimes can be boring. Feels like we're probably gonna try to go lower, if you ask me. Unless we like really find some support here again. It almost feels like we're trying to slowly fall over here. Anybody ever hear of the tree branch reference? Or you just have a limb, and the longer the limb gets, the heavier it gets towards the end. And eventually, boop. But it kind of feels like the 5 minute as well, starting to roll over. The thing is, though, if we can catch support here again, which is what I was saying, especially for the 5 minute, it's really going to look like it's just a pullback before moving higher. Especially if you stretch this out a little bit. It still looks kind of crappy, but all right, so I have to go around 11 today. I have to run to the store. I wasn't going to go till 1, but the way things are playing out with this printer issue, I got to go grab something. So just to give you guys a heads up, appreciate y'all stopping in this morning. I think when I get back though, I'll have time. So I'm going to probably make those videos if the market's not setting up any trades, but usually around lunchtime, nothing's really setting up. You guys can go shoot over and watch Alpine. I know he's probably live now. So stick with me for the next half hour or not. That's obviously your choice. I would like to see what we do here into the support level though. So, nice little pop up here off that port area. I was talking to Alpine on Discord. He was saying that some people are telling him to trade H instead of Z. I might actually check that. I didn't even think about that. I always forget about the rollover. So yeah, H4 says Z3. All right, I'm taking a look at the volume. Oh, we're actually coming right down into that. Let's see. Oh no, the volume's even worse. $622. 20 minutes. Oh, hold on. He's actually saying it's more. Where does it say the volume? Is there total volume somewhere on here? I guess I could look at the daily. H4. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Volume 168 versus front month, which takes us to Z. Is one. Oh man, if I click the wrong thing one more time. 120. Okay, so there is more volume over on H. So it's like people have started to switch over. So front month is still putting us on Z, where it looks like people are switching over to H, where there's more volume. Let's switch over to that. Now it's not letting me. Last time it let me click it. Now it's not letting me click it. Hold on. NQ H4. There it is. Calendar spreads. There we go. All right. Well, I guess we'll have to draw all of our lines again, but looks like we're going as say that we're going right into that support area. See what happens. And we are trying to bounce. And look at all that volume that came in. Zoom in a little bit here. That's what I was talking about. So on the bottom, and it got bought up with volume. So it's looking like we are trying to hold above these areas. What it does based off of that, I don't know. I'm not taking a long here, risking the bottom of this candle though. That's a little bit too far for me. But if we do get under this and then use it as resistance, like come down through, pop back up, use it as resistance, I could definitely see us going down to test green to red. But right now it feels like it's trying to hold. What platform are you trading on? What's up, Losing Sunday? First time I'm seeing you. This is Quantower. I'm using Apex for the broker. Quantower is the platform that I'm using to trade them. Yeah, the area is proven. Looks like the long would have worked there. For sure. Am I looking at the volume wrong here? Which has more? Is it H or Z? Because the Alpine's telling me that Z has more. Wow, that was actually a really nice bounce off of this area. So our prediction was right. If we bounced here, we would have a nice little push back up. All right, let me check this one more time. So right now I'm seeing on the daily for today, volume says 174,000 is what I'm seeing, right? Is that what everyone else sees? Let's go back to the front month, or we'll just click on Z3. And I hover over and I see 124,000. Right? Am I blind? So to me that's saying Z has less than N. Correct? That's what I'm seeing. Or H, sorry, not N. Looks good. Can you trade on Apex Trader8 PA on Quantower or just the Rhythmic account? Now you can it's a good question. I've never used Trader8, so I've never tried, but I'm pretty sure you can. And you trade. Let me just double check for you. Um, it's looking like a no, actually. It says Tradeovate. I mean, this is from Apex. I don't know. On theirs, it's saying that you can only be used if you're trading on NinjaTrader, Tradeovate Web, and Mobile and TradingView. So I don't think that you can. We either take the buy side at 16,209 or 16,184 take profit. 16,209. Wow, you're like way down there. You think we're gonna get all the way back down there? And today? I don't know, that's a stretch. Especially with the volume. I feel like the volume's kind of crap. Wait, is the price that much different on Z as well? Now you, now you got me wondering about that. We're at 374. Wow, it is. Okay, so that's the other big difference. I didn't realize it was that different. This gets so confusing when you start rolling over, man. Then we're all talking different numbers. Losing Sunday, thanks for chiming in. Welcome. Appreciate you chiming in. Feel free to chime in about anything, man. I talk about anything and everything. Trading is obviously what we're here for, but trading can get boring at times, so keeping it spicy in the chat helps keep the morale high. I wonder how many longs and shorts were last month? What do you mean? What's it matter what month? That's what you were talking about last night on TOS. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, Frog. I didn't even think about the rollover. I forgot. Last time I dealt with rollover, that's actually what ended up costing me my payout on the first account that I had. Because I was so worried about the rollover, I ended up, I don't know. That's not why I lost the account, but I remember dealing with that mental thought of the rollover when I was making the trades that I did during that. But I'm the one that hit the button, so. And I just forgot to hit cancel on the other order. Neither here nor there. Still don't get why this huge difference between contracts. It'll even itself out. That's what happened last time. And honestly, I'm not exactly sure why. That could be a good video as well. Like, and I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there already, but I like to think that my videos that I make are short, sweet, and to the point. So I like to think that people like watching my videos over some of those long, drawn out 20, 30-minute videos. So like I'll go find the answer sometimes from those videos, and then I'll just remake a video, you know, in a shorter content that I think people would rather watch. I have a couple ideas in mind for videos. I just haven't had a chance to make them. I really wanted to make them yesterday, but we got home, ended up watching the football game. My brother came over, which is fine. He always comes over for the game. And just lost track of time. Before you know it was like 8 o'clock at night. And I was tired. A lot decent. We had 6 hours total of driving over the weekend, which isn't that much, but it was a long, quick weekend. It was a lot of fun. We went to the beach to see the Christmas lights, all that good stuff. Our little annual tradition trip. This PA is just mockery at this point? What do you mean? And the H is a new month. I don't know. I'm very confused with this whole rolling over thing. Alpine's like trying to explain it to me, but I'm just, I guess I'll just stay lost in it. Knives, good morning. How are you? We're going good. We got 2 trades in. Obviously would have liked a little bit more, but unfortunately, we've been kind of just chopping sideways. You can't see my trades because they're actually on the Z3, but we moved over to H4 because apparently that might be trading a little bit more volume, but I think the volume has already kind of died out for the day. I think we're just I was having a conversation with Alpine about this whole Z and H thing. I think he said something by accident earlier, but it confused me because it was the opposite of what he's saying now. But I think it was just a mix-up. All right, Zishan. Hopefully you find your wallet while doing inventory. Sorry that you did that. Well, bounced off that area yet again. And I don't know. It just feels like we're going sideways at this point. I mean, now you can just draw a channel at this point, right? We can just push this out. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Like if you don't click that circle perfectly. Then we can draw another one here. Does not have to be So now we're just in a channel. So I would assume whichever channel we break and then use, so if we break down through and then use this as resistance, we're going to move down towards green to red. If we can break through and use this as support, we obviously can start to make our way back up towards the all-time highs. Apparently some people are having some issues as well. I don't know if it's Rhythmic or Quantower or what. I haven't had any issues, so it could just be the people with lots of accounts. Plus, I also haven't been trading either, so I don't really know if like the order's going out or an issue and whatnot. Can I explain what Rhythmic is exactly? It confuses why I need to log in through Rhythmic first, then into my NinjaTrader. So Rhythmic is the actual data provider. So Rhythmic is what is providing the data to the charts, as well as like when you put an order in, it's going through Rhythmic. So NinjaTrader and Quantower and stuff like that, it's almost like the piece on top that's just showing you everything. Does that make sense? It's like the controls for Rhythmic, essentially. Like everything you do in Quantower or NinjaTrader, etc., it's all going to Rhythmic, which is the actual broker and data, like data provider, etc. Oh, we're actually breaking up through the highs. There you go, Prime Studio. This is an actual nice push on some volume. Really nice break. That was actually a really nice break on volume. Take a look at the volume. Scroll in so you can see the volume. Look at that. Good volume up through. So to me, that's showing that whoever was selling all over in here is now gone. And now it gives you room to push higher. Just curious what 15 contracts look like. Oh, crap. Or 15 ticks. What's it look like? Okay. Another good volume bar here. Finishing towards the upper side of it, it looks like. Yep. I would assume we're going to maybe move higher. If we can hang out in this general area, I might actually get a trade here. I'd like to see it try higher towards the end of this candle. Yeah, so Ninja is the platform which access the data which is provided by Rhythmic, so Rhythmic needs to grant access first to those platforms. Correct. Yes. No, don't do it yet. You know, I didn't want it to kind of start going down just yet. Feels like it could be just a little bit of a pullback here to move higher. Look, we would have got filled right there and right back up. So I'm glad I didn't do that because that was exactly what I didn't want. I wanted to get in for that move that just happened, but unfortunately the end of that candle didn't let us. Beautiful no trade there. Because I didn't get that entry, I was actually thinking about moving it down to here, looking for that. And look, we would have got filled and got absolutely smashed right away. Played that perfectly, actually. Not trading there was a perfect play. I was really hoping to at least get one more trade. Good volume coming in here. Be careful if you're short biased. It actually, it's crazy. We're actually at the hourly high or the daily high here, like right at it. 410. So yeah, we literally are right at it. $4.15. Oh, you already got there. Or no, we went to 4.11. Sorry, I was looking at the band there, 4.18. Sorry. Well, if you look at the daily, you'll see 410 is pretty big resistance. Or well, not necessarily resistance, but we've hit there twice on the daily. Was half nice. Good trade. Very good breakout here. Look at that. That's a beautiful breakout. I mean, we've been saying it all morning, right? We had our obvious levels. We kept bouncing, kept coming up, retesting. We were in that channel. Essentially, whichever one we broke through, we were probably going to see some volume. Saw the volume, and look at us go. Great trade if that's what you're looking for, those breakout type trades. I don't like to try to predict, so you'll never see me taking those types of trades. Just sad we couldn't find a trade right there. That was the trade I was looking for. Just unfortunate that it was all happening as the candle clicked over, so couldn't do anything about it. I don't like a trade here because it's right at where we ran into resistance. So as you can see, it used it as support. So even if I wanted to get in on the break of that candle, I don't necessarily like it. Again, could be another easy sweep before trying to move higher. I'm always looking for extensions. I'm looking for the extensions away. You have a much higher chance of a pullback with a big extension. Now, if we can hold above here for the next minute, could possibly look to get a trade based off of that right there. Let's see. See what this looks like. Ooh. That's pretty far down there. I actually don't like that at all. All right, so we would have got filled. Let's see what happens. I think our take profit was like here. Looks like we would have been fine. The trade idea was right. I just don't. 15 ticks seems so far away. Because I wanted to see it's how it's bouncing right off of that. That's exactly what I was trying. I was going to try to front run that. But I think our take profit was down underneath it. And of course it didn't hold up for me because I was going to change it to 10 ticks. Is it really that far away? I mean, yeah, it's I guess when the volume starts to die down later in the morning, you tend to, the trades get a lot closer and closer together. Plus when you get really zoomed in as well. SPY puts. Just be careful. I'm off my 5-minute chart again. We try the highs again. I want to see if I put my order here, where it would put us. I'm assuming it's still going to be above, because this is where it would have been previously. I'm going to cancel order real quick. Ooh. Oh, no. It's trying to film me. I just wanted to see where. All right. Yeah, see how it's below? It's not what I wanted. I mean, maybe if we're going to take a trade, we need to come back down a little bit here. Yeah, we're still bouncing off that daily resistance. We're right at it. But if we break through that, I mean, that could get scary to the upside, especially for shorts. So definitely be careful. This could very easily be a sweep as well. Resistance, support, could look for the push under and then higher. There it is. Push under. See if they bring it right back up. Right back up. As the candle's going to click over, see if the next candle starts to come back up into the middle of the range. Now if we break under this candle, it's a failed sweep. You can see they tried to sweep it. Oh, they're still trying. Went like what? Like a tick lower there? The old double sweep. You see this a lot. They see these key areas, right? They see previous resistance. They see it being used as support. They know people are going to be putting stops there, right? So they come down, they take those stops, and then they just sweep it right back. They sweep it and right back up. Now, whether they continue that is a different story. If this gets back to the highs, I feel like you're going to see a big push. If it fails to get higher, you're probably going to start to see it try to move back down lower, right? That's just how it works. Whether the sweep actually finds continuation back up, that's a whole different story. But you see these sweeps all day. It happens all day. It happened here all morning. It's a pretty good push down, actually. No, that's not my trade. I'm forcing a trade there. I got to go anyway. I got to do some stuff. I said I was going to get out of here at 11. I'm not going to make a stupid trade now just to make a trade. A little FOMO setting in there. I'll be back tomorrow morning. I'm here at 9:15 every morning. We do 15 minutes of chilling before the market opens. And then hopefully we can have a good day tomorrow as well. I'm going to come back. I'm going to try to knock some videos out, actually. Look for those later. Again, let's see if that would have worked. We're at 10 ticks. I don't know. I still think now that we're breaking lower, we're going to continue lower. We're going to probably come down and at least retest here. Maybe even that previous resistance. Yeah, would have worked out. Again, like I said, if the sweep fails, the odds are you're going to get the move lower. If the sweep works, you're going to go back up through the highs and just push straight higher. So, plus this is such a key area on the daily. Felt like that was going to be the case. So, all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Appreciate y'all being here. And stay safe. I'll see you then. Peace.